Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the next part of the quadrilateral chapter, that is some examples on quadrilateral. Here, first, we are going to discuss two theorems, state two theorems, and then two examples. So, let's move on with it. The first theorem is midpoint theorem. We can also tell this theorem as midpoint theorem. The line segment joining the midpoints of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. That means if we have a triangle and of two sides the midpoint is given. Suppose E and F is the midpoint of the triangle ABC of side AB and AC respectively, then we can say the line EF is parallel to BC. So this is what the statement of midpoint theorem MPT states, that when a line is formed using the two midpoints of a triangle, that line is parallel to the third side. Another theorem we have, that is converse of MPT. This is converse of MPT. Converse of MPT means whatever MPT states, just the opposite. That means here the theorem states that a line drawn through midpoints of one side of a triangle is parallel to the third side, is parallel to the another side, bisects the third side. That means if we have a triangle ABC, it is given that E is a midpoint. So from this point E, if we draw a straight line L, from the midpoint of AB, that is E, then this line is also parallel to the third side, that is B. It is parallel to the third side BC. This line intersects the side AC at F. So F forms a midpoint. That means from a midpoint, if a straight line is drawn, this straight line is parallel to one of the side of a triangle, then this straight line meets the third side at a point, and this third side where it meets, here the case is F, the midpoint, the line meets AC at F, then F is the midpoint. So this is the converse of MPT, that is midpoint theorem. Now we will discuss one sum. The sum states in triangle ABC, D, E and F are respectively the midpoints of AB, BC and CA. Show that the triangle ABC is divided into four congruent parts by joining D, E and F. That means we have to show that BDE is congruent to EDF. Again we have to show DAF is congruent to EFD, and we have to show that CEF is also congruent to the middle triangle EFD. So we have to prove this bottom three lines. So here it is said that E and F are the midpoints of AB, so of AB and BC respectively. So using theorem 8.9, that is using theorem MPT, midpoint theorem, this line D and E is parallel to AC. DE is parallel to AC. Similarly, D and F is the midpoint of AB and AC. So, DF is parallel to BC, and E and F are midpoints of BC and AC respectively. So, we can say EF is parallel to AB. So these 3 points are valid using MPT. Now we have ADEF as a parallelogram. So if we consider the quadrilateral ADEF, this forms a parallelogram. Again, BDEF is also a parallelogram. This part is also a parallelogram. So we have a parallelogram like this, where ADEF. Another is BDFE, and the third is DFEC. So these are the three parallelogram that we get. Okay, now what we have to prove? Now see, DE is the diagonal of the parallelogram. DE is the diagonal of the parallelogram BDEF. So when we are considering this bottom quadrilateral or parallelogram, DE is the diagonal. Therefore, we can say these two triangles, this triangle and this triangle, are congruent to each other. Since we know that in a quadrilateral the diagonal bisects the quadrilateral into two congruent parts. So we can say, since DE is a diagonal of the parallelogram BDEF, so we can say BDE is congruent to FED. Similarly, if we consider the triangle, the quadrilateral ADEF, DF is the diagonal. So ADF is again triangle ADF is again congruent to FED. And similarly, using this same property, we can prove that EFC is congruent to EFD. So all these four triangles are congruent to each other. Now the next sum is LMN are three parallel lines intersected by the transversal PQ such that LMN cuts off intercepts AB and BC on P. Show that LMN, so these three lines, cut off intercepts DE and EF on Q. So DE, EF is also are intercepts on the line Q. So here we are given that AB and BC are equal. We have to prove that DE and EF is also equal. So for this, first what we are going to do, we are going to join F and F to A. So we are joining the point F and A using a line which intercepts BE at G. So the line M is also intercepted by the line AF at G. Now the trapezium ACFD, the big trapezium, divides it into this line AF, divides it into two triangles ACF and two triangles, that is ACF and AFD. ACF and AFD. So the diagram over here is still present, namely ACF and AFD, just what I have said. In triangle ACF, B is the midpoint of AC. It is given that AB and BC is equal, so B forms the midpoint. So the line M that is drawn from B, we can say that BG is parallel to CF. Since M and L is parallel, since M and N are parallel to each other, so we can say the line M starts from the midpoint B and BG is parallel to CF. So by converse of MPT, this theorem is converse of MPT, we can prove that G is the midpoint. So we can prove that G is the midpoint of AF. Now we go to the next part. We go to the next triangle, that is ADF. In triangle ADF, G is the midpoint where a line starts. The line is M. And we can say that GE is parallel to AD. So GE is parallel to AD. So we have G is a midpoint of AF and GE is parallel to AD. Using same converse of MPT, we can say that E is the midpoint of DF. Whenever E becomes the midpoint of DF, we can say that DE is equals to EF. So in other words, L, M and N cuts off equal intercepts on Q. So our required to prove is achieved using converse midpoint theorem. So today we have discussed two sums, one using midpoint theorem and the other using converse of midpoint theorem. So today till this much. Thank you, students.